Hey guys, what is up? MegaNerd Squad here, and today we are going to be reviewing Terminator Dark Fate. So Terminator Dark Fate, the movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was directed by Tim Miller and produced by James Cameron.
So from the very start of this movie, this is supposed to be a direct sequel. It's not taking place after the previous ones, so that way it's a brand new sequel, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's a direct sequel to Terminator 2. Yeah. Which was and is the best one in the entire franchise. I mean, respectively, in my opinion. A lot of people like the first one too. But after the second one, which I think is the best, it's one of the times where the sequel is better than the original. Part 2. T2 is one of those all-time good ones.
Straight from the beginning of this movie, you do get action. And the guy who plays the Terminator is really cool, and he just plays it very well. And the style of this new Terminator, who's liquid and like can't die by like anything, that's actually pretty awesome.
That was one of the coolest parts, how like his body could come off of the actual robot part of the Terminator, so it was almost like he could be like turned into two. Yeah, you're fighting the liquid form of him and the metal part.
Danny is a really strong character. The girl who they're trying to protect, she's a really strong character, as well as the human that became a synthetic, because she's really, I liked her acting in the movie as well.
She actually like is a human, but she's enhanced in some sort of way. Like, she's built for like more like speed and power in short, big bursts. So that's what she says in the movies, that they were created to defeat them in the first few minutes or not at all. And then she starts running low on power and everything. She needs
some like meds or whatever, that's needles.
Yeah, all different types of
juice her up.
Yeah, juice, pretty much. Yeah, get juiced up, essentially.
And then they fight the Terminator thing for one of the first times.
There's a lot of mixed opinions about it. I really like this one. The one thing that threw me off, which is right at the beginning, but it gets it out of the way real quick. Spoiler, big spoiler. This is going off of the end of the second one, T2. And we get a Terminator, a Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. He comes in and kills the John Connor as the young boy that we knew from T2, and that is the whole change.
Yeah,
that was a little bit too much, but I got over that real quick because I actually like the mother more, Sarah Connor. Yes, she was always the one that was always the badass from the first movie. In the second movie,
even the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yes, I love her character of Sarah Connor. So I like the way that they focused more on her as opposed to her son John in this one. I know that's going against what it should. If you're a big fan of T2, it is kind of a slap in the face at the end of that one. I get that, but I was okay with it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because she literally saved the world and saved her son, but then the Terminator just came and killed him. Yeah,
so this is an alternate universe, I guess, to where this is the one that they actually did save, but eventually, not Skynet, but a thing called Legion is the new, power that goes ahead and does the AI thing anyway. She's like, they never learn.
Yeah, I love that part. She was like, I'm like, they don't learn.
I will say that she is my favorite character in this movie, Sarah Connor.
I definitely agreed. Sarah Connor is my favorite character in this movie.
She is so badass. Like, you see the flashbacks and they do de-aging on Arnold, Sarah Connor, and the kid that played John Connor. Mm-hmm. They brought them all back. Yeah. But the first time you see her, a little bit after the intro, and you get to meet the new characters and stuff, her entrance is so badass. It's actually in the trailer, but it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. The way she comes out of that vehicle holding that big-ass gun, and she's just tearing
this
new Terminator. Holy shit! She is essentially the new Arnold Schwarzenegger from T2 when he has his gun. He's just got that straight, no expression face with the shades on, going to town with the gun on the Terminator. Love that part. It was my favorite part. I also love the fact that Arnold is back for this movie. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is a huge piece of the franchise, obviously. That's why he's been in almost every single one of them. I think he has been in every single one of them, except for Salvation, I think.
They eventually, on the enhanced human, they eventually find she had the coordinates on her stomach, and then they went to that coordinates, and that's where they met Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator.
Yes.
That killed Sarah Connor's son. And just the way the dynamic between Sarah Connor and Arnold Schwarzenegger, oh my god, I just love their interactions. He's kind of funny in this movie as well, so it just works.
Yeah. He does take the cake on the funny bit in this. Like, I was so lost because how do you kill John Connor and then
I guess they just rebooted it.
And he explains it all in the exposition right when you see him. He's obviously a different Terminator than the one in T2 because at the end of that one he's terminated. But after his mission was over, I would think that he would probably just go ahead and the next order after that would be to terminate yourself, but he said he had no orders after he carried out the orders to terminate John Connor. Mm-hmm. So he just started living a random life, and he actually started to draw kind of like an actual conscience, and started to feel a little bit of even regret for doing what he did, which is just, I think that is the only part that keeps it a little bit odd. I still think it was definitely an enjoyable movie. But that was the only thing that was kind of weird. That's the only thing I was confused about. You killed John Connor at the beginning of this movie in a flashback sequence, and then we meet you again, and you're like a nice guy now. But you're a robot. Cyborg, excuse me.
They keep trying to run away from this Terminator, the new Terminator, and they eventually just stop, and they're like, "No, we can't run. We got to kill this thing, otherwise we're gonna keep running."
Yeah. So, well, the one girl, the blonde one, she wants to keep running. Yeah. Basically.
But Danny says no.
Yeah, she says no.
She wants to stop.
Sarah Connor doesn't want to run anymore. She wants to fight, and then Arnold even agrees. He says, "The probability of this plan is exponentially high," or whatever. Like they'll do very well.
The enhanced human, she actually was saved by Danny in the future when she was a kid from these smugglers, and apparently Danny, the reason why they want her dead is because she released this rebellion against the Legion.
Exactly. She's the new John Connor, and it's actually, again, with the thing about how they got rid of John just to have somebody else take the place.
They just redid that idea and just had someone new.
So that's along the lines of the only bickering I have is the idea to kill John.
This movie was really good. I love the action sequences. It was really cool to see the new Terminator liquid. Like, they did everything they could to kill it. They even pushed him inside the little generator.
Oh yeah,
and it still exploded, and he was almost dead, but he wasn't. He was still trying to get her. Yeah. And the lady, the human synthetic, she had to die to save Danny.
Yeah.
And that's what she was brought back from.
All three of these Terminators ended up dying. She died. And then obviously Arnold died in that poetic ending where he goes down with the bad guy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That part is awesome though, the bad guy in it.
Yeah.
I forget what his name is or the terminology. Like, it's not the T-1000 or anything. I forget what it is exactly, but the antagonist in this, after Arnold and the blind girl finally smash him into that generator thing that spins him, and it blows up, and he actually comes out, and he's all like halfway like melted, and you know how his skin regenerates and stuff?
Yeah.
It's been so depleted and exploded that it's like kind of like melting off of his skeleton of the Terminator. That part was so cool, the way they did that. And so like creepy and menacing. He's like limping over to get the girl, and then last second Arnold wakes up to help her, and they end up taking this thing down.
Oh,
and he goes down with it. It's very poetic. The look that he gives Sarah Connor and the girl Danny right before he goes down, that also was my favorite part.
The guy that played the villain, the new Terminator, he's, I forgot his name, but he's from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's how he got famous, and that's probably how he got this part. Okay. Because he played Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he did an amazing job as Ghost Rider.
He's a great actor. I noticed that early on in this movie. I'm like, this guy is a great actor. Yeah. I really enjoy watching him. I would give this movie, I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I
really enjoyed this movie as well. There was a lot of action sequences. I kind of didn't get... I didn't like how he killed off John Connor in the beginning in the flashback. That's kind of just a big slap in the face.
Yeah, I would probably go 8.5, but...
It kind of...
I got over it, so I'm sticking with a 9.
I thought it kind of dragged on a little bit in the middle parts as well. It just... I did really love this movie as well, even though with that dragon in the middle, and the action sequences were really cool. Sometimes unbelievable as well. But it's a Terminator movie, so I drew that out. So I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy our Terminator review, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell so you know when we drop new videos. We'll have a Dr. Sleep video coming soon.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. MegaNerd Squad, out.